Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel, and for today's video, I'm going to discuss to you some terms and ideas and what is chapter 3 all about in the NetAcad. So without further ado, let's get started. So chapter 3 in the NetAcad, which entitled Network Protocols and Communication. So basically, within this chapter, you will learn about these models as well as the standard that makes the network work and how communication occurs over the network. So usually we're going to talk about here the protocols, the how do communications work in the devices, and so that's it. So let's proceed. So first is the rules establishment. So these rules or protocols must be followed in order for the message to be successfully delivered and understood. So protocols must account for the following requirements. So there are three following are I think it's yes it is four following requirements the protocol must account. So first is the unidentified sender and receiver. So of course, in order for communications to work, there must be a sender, which the one will transmit the message, and the receiver, and the one who will receive the information or the message. Next is the common language and grammar. So in order to establish a effective communication, both both devices or both must have the common language and grammar for better understanding. So next is the speed and timing of delivery. So in order to reach equality or a good information or message, there must be a speed and proper timing in transmitting the information or the message you want. So lastly is the confirmation or acknowledgement requirements. And then next is we're going to tackle about the message encoding. So one of the first step of sending a message is encoding. So encoding is the process of converting information into another acceptable form. So for transmission, decoding reverses this process in order to interpret the information. So in this first step, so the first is we're going to convert the information into another acceptable form, and the receiver will decode the information in order to understand or to interpret the information that we uh, converted. So next is the message formatting. So okay, now that when a message is sent from source to destination, it must use a specific format or structure. So when message is being delivered to a sender, there must be a standard or uniform format or structure of a message. So for example, if you're going to send a letter or an excuse letter, there must be a uniform or standard format of letter that you must submit to your professor or to your teacher that assigned to that subject. And other letter is, for example, invitations in the birthday party. So it may be not formal, but when, for example, you want to apply some jobs, you need the formal letter, or you're going to request some in the barangay, you need a formal letter request. So that is the following. That's you must follow that structure or format. It depends of the purpose of the message. So next is message size. So another rule of communication is size. So when people communicate with each other, the message that they send are usually broken into smaller parts or sentence. So of course, when we communicate, our message is composed of letters, and when you combine letters, it will form words, and when you combine the words, it will form a sentence, and when you combine a sentence, it will form a phrase or a paragraph or a content that you want to send to the other person. So that is all about the message size. So here in the message timing. So these are the rules of engagement for message timing. Where there are four. So first is the access method, the flow control, the response timeout, and the there's actually three uh, rules of engagement for message timing. So first, let's discuss the access control. So the access control determines when someone is capable of sending a message to a receiver. So basically, an access method is, of course, is as a sender, you need have a capability to send a message or information to a designated receiver. So next is the flow control. So here in the flow control, timing also affects how much information can be sent and the speed that it can be delivered. So here in the flow control, just like a while ago, I discussed about the timing. So there must be a timing, because if you there's a lack of in timing and the speed of communication, there might be a problem that cause that there might be alliteration or some content in the information that is not quality enough for you to interpret and to understand. So next is the response timeout. So here in the response timeout, for example, if a person asks a question, does not hear a response within unacceptable amount of time. So when a person is, for example, did not hear or did not accept the message or the information, the person assumes that the no answer is coming and reacts accordingly to what happened. So in order to avoid that kind of problem, you must ensure, or you must reach out that person in able to have a better communication. So next is the message delivery option. So in message delivery option, there are three options. Is the three message options. There is a unicast, multicast, and broadcast. So first, the unicast. The unicast is a one-to-one delivery option is referred to a unicast, meaning there is only single destination for the message. So for example, me, I will send a information to that specific person only. So there is a like a one-on-one transmitting of message. So single, that's what we call a single designation for the message. So next is the multicast. So here in the multicast, it is different from unicast because it's the delivery of the same message but to a group of host destinations simultaneously. So for example, there are five members. So I'm going to send only for the three persons only. So that is the example of multicast, but not all of them will be receive the message I sent to them. So basically, a multicast is a message transmitting to a specific group or of people or group of devices. So not all of the member are receiving the message that sent. So next is the broadcast. So the broadcast represent to one to all delivery option. So meaning, when in broadcast, when I have a five person and I send five message to all of them. So the difference between multicast and broadcast is the multicast is the message is delivered from a specific group, not all of the members of the group. So the broadcast option is you will send the information or the message for all of the member of the group, and the multicast you will just send the message to a specific group. For example, is 3 out of 5. And then the unicast is you're going to send the information to a single person or a single devices, something like that. So next is the network protocols. So most protocols are created by the standard organizations such as the IETF or the IEEE, or the Institute of Electrical and Electronics Engineer in the professional organization for those in the electrical engineering and electronic field. So I will add some information in the IEEE. So the IEEE, or the Institute of Electrical and Electronics Engineers, they are also the one that will check or test the cable, which category they belong. So in my next video, I will discuss to you the in the chapter 4, the broad or the more deep content about the IEEE. So next is the TCP or the IP suite protocol. So the TCP or the IP protocol is an open standard protocol that has been endorsed by the networking industry and ratified, ratified or proven by a standard organization. So next is the Internet Protocol Suite. So it is a suite of protocols required for transmitting and receiving information using the internet. So of course, uh, we all know that internet is not all of the content there is safe or is not guaranteed safe. So these protocols is basically there in order for the client or for the user of the internet have a safety in accessing different kinds of website there in the internet. So basically, that's all of the chapter 3 is talking about. So the computers and the devices is not different from us when in terms of communicating. We also, as humans, we follow procedures and steps and how to make a better communication to avoid conflicts, as well as in the computers and the devices. They have also the requirements, the rules must be established to acquire the quality or the establishment of effective communication. So more on in my next videos, I will talk about different medium or cables that are used when in in, in relation to this communication. So that's it for today's video, and if you like this video and if you learned something, and if you want to add some other informations, you can comment there. So that's it. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and like this channel to watch other videos that will help you in your CCNA studies. Thank you. Bye bye.